I'll give it just a few more seconds. I do want to take a little bit of time to acknowledge all the work that the board has put into getting us to BPC. Specifically, thank you, special thanks to Rachel Byers, our co-chair, for assisting in helping with working with me and choosing the right choices for our membership and what we're offering, and working uh, uh, across different aisles to gather up different information, and just assisting along the way. It's been a real help. So special thanks. And we do have some board members who are not on that, excuse me, are also actively working with BPC plans and getting things ready. So again, thanks to everyone who's participated in helping us get things together. I am hoping that we have a few more people pile in, but we need to go ahead and start. So we're going to go ahead and kick this off. You give me just a second. My computer has started. Um, it was weird. It usually shares on one screen and it started sharing on a different screen, and I'm trying to get used to this new little setup. So here we go. So again, welcome to May. We have a lot planned this month. We've got our BPC coming up. I'm sure that a lot of you are looking forward to this, and I'm really excited to share some information with you. But I'm going to start with first, we are looking for our membership to send in some pictures from past BPC, and you can send them to our marketing co-chair, Kelly Axley. Her information's up on the screen. And specifically, we're just looking at fun photos to share with basically on our website, and also a slide deck that we'll be doing during BPC, just to show some of the fun that we've had at BPC past. So if you have anything like that, please send them over to kelly.axley@wolpert.com. And first thing we're going to talk about is the schedule as to when you can see MidSouth starting to move around at BPC. This year is different. There is a tighter schedule. And if you did not attend the meeting that they had yesterday about BPC, I do have some pertinent information in there. One of which is that registration does begin on Sunday at 4 p.m. and APMP highly recommends that you register during this time. If you're coming in on Sunday, try and hit the registration booth, because that will make it a lot easier on Monday morning. And we will be located very, very close to registration. And right next to us will be the photo booth that APMP is putting together. It's got a Nashville theme. That's really all I know, and we'll have some props available. So highly encourage you to make sure that you have your phone or a real camera with you. Not to say that a phone isn't a real camera, because most phone cameras are a lot better than any digital camera that I still own. So prepare to have your photo taken. Let's see here. On Monday, registration starts at 7 a.m. We've got our kickoff at 8 a.m. and the Terras from 7 to 9 p.m. We will have our Mid-South table open on Monday and Tuesday, but we will not have a Mid-South table on Wednesday. Just a heads up that you'll want to make sure that you'll stop by early on during the conference and pick up your special gift that we have for all of our members. On Tuesday, let's see here. On Tuesday, we've got the morning welcome. We have a chapter leaders meeting. So the Mid-South table will be unmanned during the hours of noon to 2:15 p.m. we'll still have plenty of information out. If you have not been able to visit, we'll have some information out on the table for you. But hopefully we'll be able to see you while we're at the table. The BPC happy hour is from 4:15 until 5:30, and then we have a membership mixer on Tuesday evening. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later on in the presentation. Wednesday, again, the MidSouth table will not be open. We'll be taking that down sometime probably during the happy hour. And be sure that you don't miss the closing ceremony with prizes. They like to give away lots of good stuff and money included. Let's see, next slide. If you're going alone, you will not be alone. We have plans to reserve tables for our MidSouth members that are traveling by themselves. So we plan on trying to reserve these tables. This isn't something that APMP has said, yes, you can definitely do this. We haven't really asked. We just plan on setting aside a couple of tables for those who want to make sure that they have someone to sit with during these times where you're not stuck at a table with a bunch of people you certainly don't know. We're going to encourage you to network with the chapter and, of course, other people as well. But we will have some tables during kickoff and the attendee lunch and the Terra, if possible. On Tuesday, the morning welcome, and we will need a volunteer to help us for the attendee lunch because chapter leaders are attending a different lunch during this time. So when you're at BPC, if you can help us for Tuesday's lunch, just stop by and talk to one of us that will be there. And then again, the morning welcome on Wednesday and the closing ceremony on Wednesday. So again, you won't be alone, even if you're traveling alone. We want to make sure that you all have someone to buddy up with if necessary. And here we go. So stop by the MidSouth table to meet the board members. I, of course, will be there. Rachel Byers will be there. Mary Ann Till, Rachel Gessel, Kelly Axley, and Caroline McLaughlin. All of us have plans to attend BPC, and except for during that chapter leaders meeting, someone will be at the table. So one, if not two, maybe even more people will be able to man the table during that time. So make sure you stop by and say hello. We love putting faces to names and meeting you in real life. And you'll also want to stop by to pick up your exclusive gift bag. We've got some MidSouth swag to give to you. New stuff. If you went last year, we do have a couple of things left over from last year, but we did do pretty well with getting you new stuff this year. You'll have your invitation to the mixer. Again, we'll talk about that here in a few. We're bringing snacks for our members because we know that sometimes a cookie isn't enough in the middle of the day. BPC's great at making sure that we have some snacks, water, coffee, etc. during the day, but we want to make sure that we give you a few snacks so that you can make it through the day with all the walking and everything else going on. So be sure to pick those up and also other surprise goodies. And then we want you to spend to win. Win what? Well, I can tell you that we've got some gift cards and some other goodies. So come and see what we've got and learn more about something special or something wonderful. Sorry about that. Something wonderful is a new thing that BPC is doing this year. The marketing language appears here at the bottom of the screen. They're encouraging everybody to stop by the MidSouth chapter and take a picture next to us at the photo booth, because after we reach 100 photos, which really the truth is it's not necessarily 100 photos, we are going to be doing something wonderful. And I'm going to tell you about that in just a second. So come on by, join the fun, and be part of something great. Well, what is that something great? Well, we have partnered with a charity located in the Nashville area. They are the Second Harvest Food Bank of Middle Tennessee. And this wonderful food bank is supplying food to not just Middle, but also Western Tennessee. And the something wonderful was something that APMP came up with. They really wanted to start pushing a give back program at BPC. So with the host chapters, they can choose a charity and start a donation, virtual fundraising event while we're at BPC to give back to our communities. So wherever BPC is being held next year, that host chapter will have the same initiative, most likely. We chose Second Harvest Food Bank because, well, number one, they're rated very highly on Charity Navigator, which means that very, very little of money is required to go to overhead. So for every dollar that's donated, not only are they able to provide 4 meals from that one single dollar, but 96 cents of every dollar goes towards food. So that means that their operating costs are only 4 pennies on the dollar. That's almost unheard of and almost impossible to do with charitable organizations. And I'm actually going to drop in a this slide so that you can go ahead and use a QR code or save the picture and whip out your phone and look at the QR code. Other members with APMP have not seen this information yet. You all are the first ones to be able to see this information. I'll also provide a PDF version of the slide deck so that these links are active for you. But if you give me just one quick second, I wanted to drag over on my screen. This is the Second Harvest Food Bank's website. You can go in, you can learn about how they work, what they do, everything that they do, from feeding children that need food on the weekends during the school year to feeding families and helping other food banks. They're really, really amazing. And our virtual, let's see here, I'm sorry. I'm telling you, it really messed me up today when I started presenting on a different screen and I couldn't figure out how to move it. This QR code will take you to our donation page, but I wanted you to be able to read as much as you can about the charity that we have chosen. And as you can see, last year alone, they provided over 40 million meals and were able to help well over 400,000 individuals. So this is definitely a worthy cause. And we know that there's a lot of food insecurity, especially in the southern states. And we're going to encourage you, if you can donate $5, that would be wonderful. But MidSouth will be donating $1,000. We pulled $1,000 out of our budget for BPC. And with that, we'll be able to provide the charity with that money which provides 4,000 meals across Tennessee. So I'm very, very excited about that. It's just something special, and I really hope that this is something that we're able to do in future BPCs. So just keep an eye out for that. We'll have a lot of information at our table, and again, you'll get the information as well when you check in and through the pictures in the slide deck that I'll share with you. Next up, here we go, our mixer. We have a special membership mixer, and Robin Davis, I believe she's on the call. She is the wonderful individual that put this together, and I'd like for her to spend some time talking about that. So go ahead, Robin.
Hey, thank you, Rachel. So MidSouth chapter, I'm inviting all of you to an exclusive mixer just down the street out of the hotel, about a 10-minute Uber ride to Homegrown Tap Room and Kitchen. It's a neighborhood pub, and we feature 24 taps of craft beer. And like we like to say, home food like your mom would make, but better. So soup, salad, sandwiches, burgers. And we have a beer garden. And so we're inviting you all there to participate in that event on Tuesday evening. I think there is a cocktail hour in the exhibit hall until 5:30 on Tuesday, and then after that, Tuesday night is open. So if you want to get a bit of a local flavor of Nashville, but don't necessarily want to go downtown in the hustle and bustle of all the things, then come join us at Homegrown. We've also invited everybody on the APMP board and staff and all of the fellows. So there will be a good number of people there, and I would love to see you all there.
Thanks so much, Robin. And she did not mention that the restaurant was featured on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives,
That's
season
right. That's right.
35. Season 35, episode 16. I did look it up. So I haven't
Oh,
watched it yet,
perfect.
but I wanted to make sure that those of you who are foodies, I know that my husband and I have watched this show for many years, and we've made this unofficial list of places we'd love to go and visit. And I don't think that we've hit one of them. So at least I can say that I have hit one after we're done with
That's
BPC.
awesome.
So
Yeah, it's awesome, awesome. And we're gonna, I forgot to say, we'll have some free food. First come, first serve. We'll have some food out, and then it's Tuesday, so it's 2 for Tuesday. So we'll be handing out 2 tokens to everybody for whatever drink you want. So there you go.
yeah, and everyone will have an invitation, this printed invitation in their bag when you come by and pick up your gifts at the membership table. Let's see. Kathy just asked, is this where a group of us met in 2019-ish? It was a fun, delicious evening.
Probably was that for a chapter event? I was
Kathy didn't say.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If it was, I used to be chapter chair for MidSouth. So, and we did have a couple meetings there at Homegrown. So, yeah. And we've expanded since then, Kathy, with the beer garden. We didn't have the beer garden at that point. That was our COVID baby. We can't sell anything. Let's build something.
There you go. And she said yes, it was a chapter event. So
Yeah.
oh, okay, great. So, I mean, we've got someone that has already been there, done that, and can attest to how fun and delicious it can be at Homegrown Taproom and Kitchen. So, I hope that you all are able to make it. If you have any issues with trying to get a ride over there, or if you're limited by spending and you won't be able to get an Uber, make sure you connect with me because I am driving up. I will perform as designated driver. So I have room for 3 adults in the truck back seat. It's a full-size truck with a full back seat. So I can at least throat. Now I'm making up new words or using them improperly. I can at least accommodate 3 of you in the back. I'll probably be driving at least one other person as well. So anyway, just keep that in mind so we can all stay safe. And up next, don't forget to pack comfortable shoes. Remember, Gaylord Opryland is extremely large and we are going to be doing a lot of walking. I know some people are very skilled at wearing high heels or their dress shoes, but you know, how comfortable are they really? So dress for comfort, plan for layers. Those session rooms really do become chilly at times. And as I've grown older, I have become like the ice queen, really. I am cold all of the time. So I'll probably have lots of layers with me. If you forget something and you tend to get cold, ask me. One of us will be able to share something. Also, wardrobe changes. Feel comfortable and refreshed for those evening events, especially when it comes to the happy hour, the Terra, the mixer. Be comfortable. You want to be comfortable. So those were my suggestions as far as packing for comfort. And then a few more notes. As noted yesterday in the meeting, the dress code is business casual to professional. I've seen everything from sweats and a t-shirt to, what you would wear to a C-suite board meeting. So dress how you feel is how you are going to be comfortable, but most people are quite business casual from my observations. And this year, sadly, breakfast is not included. There will be some light snacks at the morning welcomes, but they really didn't indicate what those would be. So I'm kind of imagining more of a continental breakfast style, maybe some fruits and pastries. But if you're a big breakfast eater, those hot eggs and hash browns, things like that we've had at BPC's past will not be there. So those of you who are driving, you might want to bring some stuff with you. And of course, if you've never been to a Gaylord resort before, they are packed with stores, a lot of different kinds of stores, snack shops, etc. So, and of course, they have a ton of restaurants, but I do know that there's another conference happening there at the same time. And just keep in mind that if you're going to go and get breakfast, you're going to be with our conference and another conference full of people probably looking for breakfast as well. So just a heads up on that. And please remember to take this opportunity at BPC to network, network, network. I've met some absolutely wonderful people at BPC in the past, and I have connected with them. They've been great resources, but also it's always great, especially if you are in a company or in a position to where you're thinking, well, I'm not quite sure about my future here or the company's future. This is the time to network and start making those connections so that you can prepare yourself for any future unfortunate events that might lead to you looking for another job. So it's always handy to have those people in your back pocket. And remember, you are going to receive a tote bag. So just know that you'll have that bag that's useful for other swag grabs when you visit other tables and vendors. Our badge ribbons will be found in our MidSouth table, but there's also another table that they're calling, I believe it's called the headquarters table. So that will be a combined table for all chapters to share some information about the chapter and maybe some of their ribbons as well. So just keep a heads up or keep your eyes out for that. And if you are interested in local in-person meetups, and I know that you exist, you're out there, we've talked about it before, nothing has really come together, but we will have a sign-up sheet so that if you have any interest at all in having a local in-person meetup, be sure and give us your information on the sign-up sheet. It's really simple. It's just asking for your name, a good contact email, your location, your actual city, and then the closest big city. And we'll take that information, we'll put it all together, and we'll start trying to group people together and see how we can make these local meetups actually come to fruition. I know that there are a couple of different areas where people are very interested in it. The one that I comes to mind first is Huntsville, Alabama area, but that's because that's the area I live in. But you're out there. We want to make sure that you get what you want. So be sure and stop by and let us know if you're interested in the local meetups. And now is an open discussion. And actually, first I want to point out the APMP BPC app. You can go to any app store and just look up APMP, and that is the conference app. I've had it loaded for quite a while, and I noticed within the past couple of weeks they started loading up the BPC information in there. And yesterday in the meeting, Chelsea McKenzie did mention that if you have a special dietary need that you did not let them know about during registration, to look in the app because the menus are included. And if you feel like there's something that's being offered or everything being offered is outside of your dietary needs, you can email her directly and let her know so that she can take care of you before you get to conference. And this is pretty much all of my tips. I'd really love to hear from our audience here. If you have any additional tips or things to watch out for, my biggest watch out for is watch out for yourself when you're drinking in the evening. That's my biggest thing. There it can be a lot of fun, but watch out for yourself in the evenings. That's my warning. And of course, session speakers, if you know of someone in particular, that's great and wonderful. That you want to pass along and really press, speak up and let us know. And I would like to go ahead and let you know that two people from my company, Wilbert, Jennifer Danforth, and Aaron Morris, will be talking about AI. They have a session planned. Goodness, I had a note written here on the exact time and day. But if you are looking at AIs and prompting, wanting to learn more, their session is with regards to AI and prompting. Again, the name is Jennifer Danforth and Aaron Morris. Those are the two that I really want to push. They're great at presentations. They'll keep you entertained, definitely. But do we have anybody else that wants to share? All right. Thank you, Julie. It's May 20th from 11 to 11:45. And it's the Yes and. That's the name of the session. Yes and. And then it goes into prompting, I think.
I have a thing just to back you up on saying that about networking. The first couple of years I went to BPC, I felt kind of like shy because I'm just a little bit more introverted. And I just want to like reiterate that the importance of talking to people when you're there. It's a really weird group of neurodivergent, like workaholics that love the work that we do. And everyone that I've met at BPC is just really become a friend and a contact. And it's yeah, there's a low barrier to entry when you can just talk about what you do and line it up with other people who do the same kind of work. And so yeah, also make sure you have a diversity of the sessions that you go to, because sometimes I'll get locked in on one topic, and that's fun too, but it's there's so many different things to learn about, and a lot of things that I went to in years past that weren't necessarily like hot topics for me then, but they have like introduced me to new ideas, and they've come around to being a lot more relevant. So those are my two suggestions for BPC.
Those are good. Anyone else? Go ahead, Aaron.
Hello. I just wanted to go ahead and throw a spotlight on two sessions. Two of my coworkers are going to be presenting. We all work at Tech South. The first one is Michelle Lobdy. She's presenting on Gold In, Gold Out, preparing our content for the AI tool possibly. And then also Erin Rogers, she's going to be speaking on neurodivergent productivity hacks for success. Both of these sessions are going to be on Monday. Michelle's is going to be in the 11 o'clock time frame. And then Erin's, I think, is going to be in the 2 or 3 o'clock time frame. So if you haven't picked a different topic or a session that you'd like to go to, maybe check either of them out.
Great. It's at 2:30 p.m. That's what Aaron's saying. Elizabeth, did you want to speak?
Yeah, I just had a couple questions.
Mhm.
Are there any sessions that you anticipate will be kind of like full that we should get to early? I haven't been to this particular conference, so I didn't know if things become kind of like standing room only, or if they've kind of really anticipated for the group of people that might be coming.
Been in sessions where I made it in a little bit later and had trouble getting a seat. But that hasn't been a problem for me in the past. I can't speak for everyone, but I feel that they anticipate really well the type of sessions and what type of rooms to put those sessions in. So ones that they anticipate seeing a lot more people come in, they're going to put them in a larger room that accommodates more people. Has anybody seen any issues with getting into sessions?
This is Robin. I can speak to the last few years. Obviously, the AI sessions have been pretty packed. So I think that those might be something to consider.
Yeah, and if you've looked at the schedule, you will see it is a whole lot of AI talk. So, it's, it could be that, yeah, that's going to be a little bit difficult, especially for those who are looking for those AI topics, to kind of go through and pick out the right ones. But again, that's where diversity comes in, where you can, look at the different classes and try and hit as many different topics as you can.
The other question I had was on Monday night. There's something called Tara. I'm local here, so I'm not going to be staying at the hotel. So I'm just trying to assess what that is and if it's something that I, will need to, go home and come back for, or just stick around for.
It's worth sticking around. It's a lot of fun. When they talked about it yesterday, they had mentioned that there will be live music, but there are also, it's not going to be so loud that you're not going to be able to network. What did they say that the theme was? I've got my notes, and I don't have them pulled up. I'm sorry, but they do have a theme and lots of music. It is their party with food, fun, drinking. They usually have some games going on. And it is a huge draw for people. So I think it's really dependent upon whether or not you have the energy. I think last year I was absolutely exhausted by the time the Tara came around, and I have no recollection of attending. So I think that was a matter of uh, I was not drinking though, so that's not why I cannot recall. I think I ended up skipping it last year, but I also think that last year they did a little bit differently than years before. So I think they're trying to find like the right amount of time and the right activities to do for the Tara, from what I can tell. But it is a lot of fun. It is worth going. But if you are local, I say if you're exhausted, don't overextend yourself and get some rest, in all honesty. But it is a great time to have some fun and really network.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
It has replaced we used to have like a sit down dinner and at every conference. And a few years ago, they switched to this model, which is a lot better because you can come and go as you please. They have food stations usually around the room. A couple years ago, it was a gambling theme. So we were all acting like we were in Vegas. That was a good time. It's fun.
Yeah. Let's see. We
I'll
are.
also I'll
Mhm.
also self promote. This is Robin and myself and Sam Enslin from Dragonfly and Kevin Switai from BZ Opportunity Management are speaking at 4:15 on Monday about leveraging your skills if you want to your proposal experience for entrepreneurial success. So if you are if you maxed out at your company, you want to go out and freelance and do some consulting, or you want to set up your own consulting, proposal development consulting agency. We're just going to be talking about those kinds of things. I will just leave it there.
Anyone else want to speak up, have questions? I'm trying to manage. I'm actually loading your names into our spin the wheel for our gift card, but looking at our chat, I don't see any other Yes, Penny, I will share the slide deck with everyone. In fact, let me go in and see if you have problems downloading. Okay, hold on a second. It's probably going to give you a real pain. So let me adjust this so that everybody can download it. There we go. People currently in the chat will be able to download the presentation. And apparently Teams is kind of locking up on me. Either way, it'll go out to everyone. Let's see. I have a couple of names appearing in our chat that I do not recognize. SG, you're welcome, Penny. SG, I cannot figure out who you could possibly be, and I want to make sure that you get into our wheel of luck here. So if you want now, okay.
Is it my name that you're seeing?
Yes, yes.
It's Susan Glenn from Torch
Okay.
Technologies.
Okay, great, Susan. Is that
don't know
one
how-
N or two N's on
Two
your last
N's.
name? Okay.
2 N's.
Okay.
Yeah.
I usually
that's-
have someone helping me with this, so
That's
I
okay.
apologize. And Emily, thank you. Chris, you have your hand up.
Yes, thank you for multitasking, and I know how difficult that can be. I think we've all probably led a kickoff meeting and had to take notes and lead the slide deck and all those things. My recommendation, I'm not going to be there unfortunately this year, but I have some colleagues going. But my recommendation, I did travel with a colleague in 2023 to Orlando, and I think what we found worked best for us, much as we appreciate each other's company, in order to maximize all of the sessions, we decided to divide and conquer. So if there was multiple sessions occurring, we tried to ensure that we weren't both showing up at the same things. So if you're traveling with a buddy, just throw that out there as a recommendation to try to split up your attendance to the various sessions so that you can cover more ground that way, and then share notes with each other, and then bring it back to your team. You've kind of got an opportunity to learn more things that way.
That's a great point. That's something that we'll be doing the Monday before we get to BPC is gather our team together and make sure that we're not all attending the same event so that we can share. And I will tell you that I happen to know there have been changes to the schedule, even as early as sometime last week, or I'm sorry, as late as last week. So I'd really, I mean, I've already gone through and looked at sessions that I wanted to go to, and they've now disappeared. So I think the Monday before BPC, so that's the 12th, is probably a good day to look on the APMP website and print out a copy of their sessions just to get a good feel for it. The sessions are located also in the APMP app, and they did mention that after you attend a session, that you'll want to do the feedback on the session, because that is how that they will add the CEUs to your APMP profile, and that you did not have to complete the feedback form. It's just be a part of the feedback form. I can't really tell you more than that. I haven't dove into it. I don't really know what to expect there, but at least make note of what you attend, and you can always put it in manually into your account after you come back from BPC if things change while you're there. But using the BPC, I'm sorry, the APMP app, you'll be able to also make your selections and plan with the app. I'm more of an analog person. I like to do everything on paper. So you might be the kind of person who can do everything on the app, and I'm the type of person that's like, yeah, I'll look at the app a few times, but I really need to see it on a piece of paper too. So I do anticipate there's a possibility of additional changes to the schedule. Just keep your eye out for that. And just to make sure, let's see. Sorry, guys, I'm still
Rachel?
juggling names. Go ahead, Robin.
Hey, Rachel, I have a question. Will you have any of those second harvest flyers at the Mid-South table? I'd like to put one on my table.
Yes,
Good.
in
Okay.
fact, I can, Robin, how about this? Why don't I just make a plan on emailing you some of the materials that I've got from them? And that way
Okay.
you can help. And,
Okay.
okay, great.
Cool.
Okay, so right now, I'm going to call out some names, and if I do not call out your name, let me know. I've got Chris Smith, Crystal Riggins, Molly T, Julie Patel, Aaron Breeden, Elizabeth Larson, Kathy Baker, Alicia Robinson, Emily F, Robin Davis, Rosalia. Rosalia, I don't want to butcher your last name, but you know who I'm talking to. Penny Lane, Christy Oleski, Donna Hamby, Michael Zari, Sarah Foltz, Aaron Rogers, Jennifer Grant, and Susan Glenn. If I didn't call out your name, it's because you're on the board or I haven't logged your name as an attendee. If Will and Jess were on the list, I'd be able to do that. Emily. Okay, Robin saying if you're a first time attendee, there is a first time attendee session on Sunday at 5 p.m. Yes, that's something I should have included in my presentation. And we'll get everything out, Emily. The spinning wheel thing is what I'm trying to get a list for. And our spinning wheel is for our gift here at the end of our meeting. But we do have a list of all attendees from the Mid-South chapter, and we will end up sending information to all of the attendees of that plan on going to BPC. Mid-South will send an email to you so that you have this information before you hit BPC. So we are definitely going to share. And
Ray.
also, Emily, say hello to all of Radiance for me. My husband works with your company. So hi, Radiance. And someone else wanted to say something right quick.
Hey, Rachel, it's Donna Hamby.
Hi, Donna.
You might want to ask for doing your drawing if anyone there, i.e. Susan Glenn, or someone else, that there's multiple members joining in together, maybe from their conference room or something, because that sometimes is the case.
True. Good point, Donna. See, that's why we need you back on the board. I'm joking. But if you're watching this in a conference room, let me know. Speak now. Otherwise, I'm gonna do our thing. I'm gonna do a couple of shuffles here. Okay, well, this is for a $25 gift card. At the end of every Mid-South meeting, we do a free giveaway for a $25 gift card from Amazon. It doesn't have to be an Amazon gift card. It's just any gift card that Amazon offers, and you can have it sent to you by email or by traditional snail mail, and I'll work with you directly to get that going. And if we're ready, I'm going to click. Here we go. Who's going to be the lucky winner? And well, how about that, Robin? I think
Thank
you know
you.
what? It's
Thank
almost
you.
destiny that you get it, since you have put so much into the mixer that we're going to have. And for those of you who don't know, Robin is she and her wife own the restaurant, but Robin also is the owner of Meter, and they are footing much of the bill for our mixer. So I think it was just destiny that she get a little thank you. But as we all see, it was random. But if you have any questions, I'm sorry, Robin, I will send you an email with details, and then you and I can stay connected on that. But
That
our
sounds
meeting
good.
ran
Thank
a little
you.
bit. Oh, you're welcome, Robin. Um, if any of you have any questions, concerns, please reach out to me. All of you have my email address. And also while you're at BPC, come by and say hi. If you have issues while you're at BPC, just know that there's always going to be a chapter member around who is willing to help you out. And that we are here for you to support you as members and just attendees. We want to make sure that everybody has a great time and gets the most out of BPC that they can get. So just keep in touch if you need assistance. If not, we're definitely around, and we look forward to seeing you all at BPC and at our next meeting. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks for everything, Rachel.
Oh, thank
Yes,
you.
thank you.
Thank you all so very much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.